In our fast-paced world, we're constantly bombarded with choices. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, we make an astonishing 35,000 decisions daily. While many of these choices are made subconsciously or with little effort, some decisions can leave us feeling overwhelmed and stuck. This state of indecision, known as decision paralysis or analysis paralysis, can significantly impact our productivity, well-being, and overall quality of life. In this article, we'll explore the nature of decision paralysis, its underlying causes, and practical strategies to become a more confident and efficient decision-maker. Understanding decision paralysis. Decision paralysis occurs when we struggle to choose between multiple options, often due to overthinking or fear of making the wrong choice. This state of indecision can manifest in various ways: prolonged deliberation over choices, increased anxiety and stress, sleepless nights spent mulling over options, overthinking even minor decisions, avoiding decision-making altogether, constant flip-flopping between options, delegating decisions to others to avoid responsibility. While it's natural to carefully consider important choices, decision paralysis can turn even simple decisions into drawn-out battles, causing unnecessary stress and reducing our overall life satisfaction. The science behind decision paralysis. To effectively combat decision paralysis, it's crucial to understand the psychological and neurological factors at play. 1. Loss aversion. One key factor in decision paralysis is our innate tendency towards loss aversion. Neuroscience research has shown that we often weigh potential losses more heavily than potential gains when making decisions. This bias stems from our brain's fear response, centered in the amygdala, which reacts more strongly to perceived threats than to potential rewards. When we contemplate a decision, our brain often conjures up worst-case scenarios, triggering a fear response even before we've made a choice. This exaggerated prediction of negative outcomes can lead us to delay decisions or avoid them altogether. 2. Decision fatigue. Another significant factor in decision paralysis is decision fatigue. As we make decisions throughout the day, our mental resources become depleted, leading to less reliable decision-making processes. A compelling study conducted in 2011 illustrates this phenomenon. Researchers observed judges in a court of justice and found that the time of day significantly affected their decisions regarding sentence length and parole. Judges were more likely to grant parole in the morning when their mental resources were fresh. As the day progressed and they experienced cognitive exhaustion, they tended to make more conservative decisions, often denying parole. This research highlights the importance of timing in decision-making and suggests that we should tackle our most important decisions when our minds are at their sharpest, typically in the morning. 3. Choice overload. The complexity and number of options available can also contribute to decision paralysis. While having choices is generally positive, an abundance of options can overwhelm us and make decision-making more difficult. Consider walking into an ice cream shop with 50 flavors and 15 different toppings. What initially seems exciting can quickly become a source of stress as we struggle to compare and choose between the myriad combinations. This phenomenon, known as choice overload, can lead to decision paralysis and even reduce our satisfaction with our eventual choice. Strategies to overcome decision paralysis. Now that we understand the underlying causes of decision paralysis, let's explore practical strategies to become more confident and efficient decision makers. 1. Cultivate confidence. Confidence is key to efficient decision making. A confident decision, even if it's not perfect, is often better than a good decision that took days of agonizing deliberation. Confidence allows you to commit fully to your choices and adapt more easily if things don't go as planned. To build decision-making confidence, trust your instincts and initial reactions. Reflect on past successful decisions you've made. Practice making small decisions quickly and sticking to them. Embrace the idea that there's rarely one perfect choice. 2. Practice emotional regulation. Stress, fear, and anxiety can significantly impair our decision-making abilities. By managing these emotions, we can approach decisions with a clearer mind. Try these techniques. Practice mindfulness meditation to reduce overall stress. Use deep breathing exercises when facing difficult decisions. Spend time in nature to clear your mind. Ensure you're getting adequate sleep to support cognitive function. Exercise regularly to reduce stress and improve mental clarity. 3. Simplify your decision-making process. Reducing the number and complexity of decisions you face can help prevent decision fatigue. Consider these strategies. Prioritize important decisions and tackle them when you're most alert. Create routines for recurring decisions, like Steve Jobs' famous black turtleneck uniform. Use decision-making frameworks for complex choices. Limit your options when possible to avoid choice overload. Delegate or automate less critical decisions. 4. Set time limits. Avoid getting stuck in analysis paralysis by setting time limits for your decision-making process. This constraint can help you focus on the most important factors and prevent overthinking. For minor decisions, try using the 2-minute rule. If a decision takes less than 2 minutes, make it immediately. For larger decisions, set a realistic deadline and stick to it. Use a timer when researching options to avoid falling into internet rabbit holes. 5. Use the reversibility test. When facing a difficult decision, ask yourself, is this decision reversible? If the answer is yes, it may not warrant as much deliberation. Recognizing that many decisions can be changed or adjusted later can help reduce the pressure and anxiety associated with making a choice. 6. Embrace imperfection. Accept that not every decision will lead to a perfect outcome. Embracing imperfection can free you from the paralysis of trying to make the best choice and allow you to move forward with confidence. Focus on progress rather than perfection. Learn from suboptimal decisions instead of dwelling on them. Recognize that taking action, even if imperfect, often leads to better outcomes than inaction. 7. Trust your gut instinct. While it's important to consider facts and logic, don't discount the value of your intuition. Our gut instincts often draw from subconscious knowledge and past experiences, providing valuable input in decision-making. Pay attention to your initial reaction to different options. If a decision feels wrong despite logical arguments, take time to explore why. Practice tuning into your intuition through mindfulness and self-reflection. 8. Break down complex decisions. When faced with a particularly daunting decision, break it down into smaller, more manageable parts. This approach can make the process less overwhelming and help you progress step by step. Identify the core components of the decision. Tackle each component separately. Use decision trees or matrices to visualize complex choices. 9. Seek input but don't overdo it. While getting advice from others can be helpful, be cautious about over-relying on external opinions. Too many conflicting viewpoints can lead to more confusion and indecision. Choose a few trusted advisors for important decisions. Set a limit on how much advice you'll seek before making a choice. Remember that you're the one who ultimately has to live with the decision. 10. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself throughout the decision-making process. Recognize that everyone struggles with decisions at times, and beating yourself up over indecision only adds to the stress. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend facing a tough decision. Use positive self-talk to encourage and motivate yourself. Celebrate the act of making a decision regardless of the outcome. Conclusion: decision paralysis can be a significant obstacle in our personal and professional lives, but it's not insurmountable. By understanding the psychological factors at play and implementing strategies to overcome indecision, we can become more confident and efficient decision makers. Remember, the goal isn't to make perfect decisions every time, but to make good enough decisions that allow us to move forward and learn. As you practice these techniques, you'll likely find that your decision-making skills improve, your stress levels decrease, and you're better equipped to navigate life's countless choices. Embrace the power of decisive action, trust in your ability to adapt to outcomes, and remember that often, the worst decision is no decision at all. With time and practice, you can master the art of decision-making and free yourself from the paralyzing grip of indecision.